G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur, hippie, the only psychedelic sock show on the internet. Here we are, some player ratings for our outstanding performance against Bournemouth, away from home, early in the morning, but none of those monkeys are on our backs anymore, man. None of our monkeys exist. I'm enjoying my, I was going to have I was thinking of the idea of having a food theme thing for every time, for our foes, so the, Bournemouth are the cherries, in case you didn't know. But I don't know if I can do that because we're playing the Cottagers during the week, and there's only so much I'm going to do for this channel. And then not long after that, we're playing Sheffield United, and I'm not eating blades. So it was an idea, but it ain't going to happen. But whenever it's appropriate, I will do it. All right, here we go. Goalie, Vicario. Man, oh man, was I impressed with this guy. He wasn't called on a lot to do as far as saving. He did save one shot, beautiful parry over the sideline. I don't care if he's parrying it or not. All he's got to do is stop it going in the back of the net. But the thing I really liked about this kid, and he's a crazy nutcase, which is the way I like my goalkeepers, is that his ball control with his feet. It's like I'm not clenching. I can relax. And there were times where he was actually, and I usually don't like goalkeepers doing this, by the way, because it does make me very nervous. But he was kind of taking Bournemouth players on a little bit. It was quite frightening, but he did it really well. So you know what? Even though he wasn't called on, I think that alone and his distribution was great. The way he's kicking it about. I'm going to give him 8. 8 for Vicario. Now, at left back, Destiny Udogie, man. Destiny Udogie. I struggle to find the words for how good this player is, man. He defensively impeccable. That's the main thing. That's his main job. Defensively wonderful. But it's when he gets the ball, even when he's tight up against the byline, he can just get past people. I've watched some clips of the games quite a few times, and I still can't understand how he can just get past players and waft past players. He's a ghost. It's weird, and like for a young kid, he's got a mature football brain happening. He's very aware of what's going on around him on the pitch. Was substituted in the second half. He kind of, kicked the ground awkwardly. It was a very wet day. Went down in pain, and you know what? Ange pulled him off and substituted him. I'll get onto that when I talk about big Ange Postecoglou. But you know what? Destiny Udogie, I've got to give him a 9, man. I've got to give him a 9. Fantastic performance. Mickey van der Ven, the man that was put in at the last minute after we bought him, and it was a faultless performance. He was winning stuff in the air. The timing of his tackles, man, they were so good. There was no question of the referee blowing a whistle or anything like that. He was just fantastic. And he passing the ball well, and then now and then he'd pop up in the other half of the pitch, and you think, I can hear it in the Eric Dyer days when he'd go on a little excursion up the pitch, and then I remember a game against Nottingham Forest where he did that, and then we conceded a goal. Van der Ven knows when to do it and when to not, and fantastic player. I'm going to give him a 9 as well. I'm saving my 10s for something super special. I mean, I'm tempted to give these two player 10s already, but I'm going to give him a 9. I'm going to be harsh. His partner in crime, Romero. Remember all these naysayers last year saying Romero, we can't defend? Dude, he was just surrounded by crap last year. He is flourishing. And his tackles have got a bit more meat to the bone, a bit more grist on the mill. He lets the other side know he's there. Within the boundaries of the great laws of association football, of course. One tackle I remember he did on the edge of the box where he kind of wrapped his players around. I mean, I was surprised it wasn't he wasn't done for it in some way, but he wrapped the legs around the player and sort of took him over. Beautiful. So Romero's going to get a big fat 9 from me as well. And this is why I can't dish out the 10s too easily, because I mean we go on to Pedro Porro now. He is absolutely grown as a defender. This thing where Royale is a better defender, Porro is better going forward. Porro was incredible in defence last night. and he was incredible going forward. You know, I'll get on to man of the match in a minute when I've done the ratings. I mean, this is the problem. There's so many good performances. Who's the man of the match? Porro, you know, I'm going to give him a 9 as well. I'm going to give him a 9 as well. You know what? No, I'm going to stay with a 9. 9 for Porro. Oh, it's hard, this. It's only arbitrary numbers that don't mean anything, but the pressure's on, eh? Whew. All right. So the defensive performance as a whole, superb. Clean sheet, not that I give a shit about that, but they just kept Bournemouth out under pressure and played our way out past their, as the kids call it, high press. Onto midfield. And again, we had that super sweet combination of Bissouma, Maddison and Sarr. Yves Bissouma, again, a great performance. Another fantastic performance from this guy. And he was a bit muscled out early on, but then he out-muscled the muscler. And I was on a stream this morning, United Spurs of America, with Jacob, and Jacob made the point that Bissouma's physicality was actually kind of the turning point where we started dominating the game. And I think that is a very, very fair point. So Bissouma was wonderful again. He lost the ball a couple of times early on, but you know what? Every player's going to lose the ball, aren't they, once in a while? But it's what he added to the rest of it. I think he contributed to the first goal as well. So Bissouma, I'm going to be harsh. I'm going to give him an 8. An 8. Still good though, isn't it? 8. Pape Matar Sarr, again, running around like a blue-ass fly all match. Great ball control. Growing in confidence. You look at this lineup, man, and it's so young. Our average age was 25 for the game. And you think if these kids can stay together, or young men, I shouldn't call them kids, these young men can stay together for a while, we can only get stronger and stronger. I'm going to give Sarr an 8. Heung-min Son, wow, I thought he was superb, actually. Superb. And Maddison was giving him the ball a bit more as well, and Bissouma, and he was using the ball well. Maybe could do with a little bit being more selfish. In fairness, there was a couple of times where maybe he could have got a shot off, but I thought it was a great. It was a captain's performance. Let's face it, he was playing for his team. Outstanding. I'm going to give Son an 8 as well. Oh, I forgot Pape Matar Sarr's through ball to Maddison. What did I give Pape Matar Sarr? 8. I'm going to give him a 9. So Pape Matar Sarr gets a 9. Because his through ball to this next guy, James Maddison, was, it's just clear, wasn't it? Maddison had the foresight to, and he said this in an interview afterwards, he saw when Sarr got the ball, he made the run. That's what he did. He made the run. It was he's turning into a superstar after just his third competitive game in a Spurs shirt. He's unbelievable. Great dribbler. Again, he was playing a little bit deeper at the start, I think, to counteract all those Bournemouth players coming at us. So he was part of us playing out. You give the ball James Maddison, and off he goes up the pitch with it. You can just trust him to do a job like that. So I'm going to give him a 9 as well. And it was a good goal. I think the theme of our goals this year are going to be precision scuffs. Precision scuffs. So we got I'm calling the one last week, the own goal, I'm calling that a Ben Davies goal, a perfect scuff to bamboozle the defender. James Maddison, a pinpoint scuff just to get it past the keeper. Perfect, lovely. Kulusevski, man, he's coming, just like Son, I think so, they started here, and Son's, improving like this, and Kulu is still improving like this as well. I thought he held up the ball well. He doesn't lose the ball. This is the thing. It's just what he can do with it at the end of it that's kind of the question mark sometimes. But you know what? I don't care, because he came roaring into the box after Destiny Udogie somehow kept the ball in and crossed it over to him. Kulu comes running in, and a beautiful finish, man. Beautiful finish. It's going to do wonders for his confidence. I'm excited about him. He seems, mate, I hope he's got that monkey off his back. I'm going to give him an 8. Great goal, Kulu. Well done, man. And then Richarlison, man. You know, I wish, I want Richarlison to come good just so I can be positive about everyone because, I have seen a few things and like it was an all round great team performance and we won 2-0 and I see people dwelling a bit on Richarlison's performance, so I'm not going to do that too much. Just needless to say, I thought he had a solid first half. Like his first touch was letting him down last game. His first touch this game was fine. In the first half, it was fine, and he was contributing to the play. So he contributed to our overall dominance of the game. And he always is up at the goalkeeper, hassling him. This is the thing about players like Richarlison and Kulu as well. Kulu was running up and, hassling the other players. Our first form of defence is our attack, not just attackers with the ball, it's attackers without the ball. That's where Kulu is doing really well. And I think Richarlison's all right at that as well. But then second half, a couple of instances, trod on the ball, lashing out, didn't pick a player out when it was clear, and lost his mojo, man, lost his mojo. But, I can't damn him too much because I thought the first half was solid. And if you're solid, a solid performance is a 5. I'll give him a 5.5. I'll give him a 5.5. You can give him whatever scores you want. I don't think he was crap. I think he just lost heart and got a bit frustrated in the second half, and really he's got to kind of get that out of his game a bit. Maybe a goal will set him free. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But he was part of a team that won 2-0. So there's only so much you can give him shit, I think. On to the substitutes. And I was worried about this, man. When we were bringing some of these characters on, I was thinking, oh no, we're going to start losing the ball and stuff. But what do I know, man? What do I know? Oliver Skipp, he came on. He didn't do I didn't see him do an awful lot. I haven't watched that part of the game again. But he didn't seem to lose the ball, do anything stupid. So I'll give him a 6. That may even be harsh. If I watched it again, I might have upgraded that, but I'll give him a 6. Good performance. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, I thought was excellent when he came on. In fact, both him and Skipp, they did the job of not managing the game because that's a phrase to me that implies time wasting. But he played well. So when the subs came on, we changed from all fancy flicks and dynamism to more, I'd almost say, traditional football. That's a bit harsh as well. It's still short, sharp passes, but without the fanciness. But not losing the ball, doing the job, and seeing the game home to the end without parking the bus. I don't like parking the bus is boring. We bring these people in, they shore up the midfield. So Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, for what he did on the pitch, I'm gonna give him a 7. I'm gonna give him a 7. I thought he did great. Ivan Perisic, I thought when he came on again, did the job. Boy, did we misuse this guy last year, didn't we? Playing a left wing back, whatever a wing back is. Fresh pair of legs, even though he's like 500 years old. Super dobro performance from Perisic. Gave Bournemouth lots of trouble, kept them, on the back foot. So I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Gio Lo Celso, again, not a player that stood out for me, a bit like Skipp, but maybe I wasn't concentrating that much. Well, I'll give him a 7 for what he did. And Ben Davies came on, nearly scored a goal again. That was hilarious, man. It's like, bloody hell, Ben Davies, what's he doing up there shooting again? But yeah, fair play to him. Again, solid, didn't stuff it up. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. And finally, in this player ratings episode, before we go on to the Dreamo-meter, don't forget the Dreamo-meter, Paul, stupid hippie. Ange Postecoglou, look, to quote Johnny Warren, I told you so, man. I told you so. I've been saying this for months. His feeling and intuition for football is only matched by his man management and demeanour as a human being. What you see is what you get with him. I thought the timing of his substitutions was absolutely perfect. He saw Richarlison getting his head down and took the opportunity to make some changes at that point. to make sure that we didn't lose control of the game. He just timed it to perfection. He didn't wait till it started going to shit, because who knows, it might have done. If he thinks it might have done, then it probably will have, you know. But he timed it to perfection, reorganised us, and you know what? I really liked it when he said afterwards his reasons for substituting Udogie was because he went down injured, and there's a time limit on, you know, players being on the pitch before they got to go off, have treatment, you know, winding down the clock. And I think this was when when was this? This was when we were 2-0 down, 2-0 up as well. So yeah, we were 2-0 up, and the reason why Ange made the substitution, because Udogie was fine to keep playing, was he didn't want to stop the momentum of the match. So a quick substitution, get Davies on, and we keep going. Because at Tottenham Hotspur, the greatest football team in the world has ever seen, we never stop, man. We never stop. So for those substitutions alone, man, just, you know, using a substitution opportunity to not wind down the clock, but to get as much bloody time on the pitch as possible to give you a chance of going 3-0, 4-0. Just relentless. I absolutely love that. Ange Postecoglou gets a big fat 10 from me. Perfect. Now, I'm going to come on to my Dreamo-meter. Let's see what the Dreamo-meter update is for this week. Then I'll come on to the chat for people watching on the live stream. Can't speak. Where is it? Here we go. Dream. This is the patented Hotspur hippie Dreamo-meter. And I've got to remember on the TV screen it's on my left-hand side. Yes. Okay. All right. We're cooking. Now, this is points. Points. Oh, it's still hard, eh? All I've got to do is move my finger up and down. Points. Estimated. This is points in the league at the end of the season. That dotted brown line of shame at 60 is where we finished last year. 60 points. On the left-hand side, points gained. So for equivalent fixtures, I'm working out points gained. So we gained 2 against Man United because we drew that game last year. We beat Bournemouth. It was one of our wins away from home last year. I don't know, must have been in September or something. That we won that last year. So there is no change last week from points gained. We're still heading for 62. This will start hopefully increasing as the year goes on. And so far, 62 points means I think we're going to be on that measure in the UEFA Conference League. But this is where it gets exciting, folks. This is where it gets exciting. The points pro rata. We have got 7 points from 3 games. 7 divided by 3 times 38, rounded up because it's 88.6666, is 89. I feel like a weatherman. This is quite cool, actually. 89 points. Now, I've kept this because I'm concerned. Obviously, I don't want to get. I'm not getting carried away. We're going for the treble. I'm not going to get carried away with this season. I'm still having that meaning that we're in the UEFA Champions League at the end of the year. But you know what it really means, don't you? Last year, how many points did Man City get to win the title? 89. Now, a bit of a lowish scoring season, maybe average. Maybe we've been used to these 100-point seasons we've been having in recent years. But 89 can be enough to win you the Premier League. But I'm a conservative man. I'm not a dreamer. I'm a fact over feelings, man. Fact over feelings. So for now, I'm just saying UEFA Champions League. Anyway, that's the end of my player ratings and reviews. Stay around if you're on live. I'll be back for the chat after I just do this.